From Jokic going for the three-peat to Joel Embiid going on a late-season tear, who is predicted to take home the coveted MVP award this year? There are a lot of talented players in the league, and the competition is fierce. But fear not, we've got you covered with experts and pros' picks and predictions on who is most likely to be crowned the MVP. The NBA season is coming to an end, and basketball fans are eagerly awaiting the announcement of the 2023 NBA MVP. After leading for much of the season, Nikola Jokic is in danger of losing his grasp on the crown, with Joel Embiid surging ahead as a dominant force since the All-Star break. And let's not forget about the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's still very much in the running for the top spot. So who's gonna take home the trophy this year? Let's start from the beginning. The season started with the odds looking pretty even between the league's top players. But soon enough, the Denver Nuggets' very own Nikola Jokic had taken over as the favorite. This dude was on fire, leading his team to the best record in the league, and he was going for the three-peat. There hasn't been anyone since Larry Bird in 1986 who has done that. In February, it seemed like Jokic was gonna run away with the award. His odds had shifted to minus 280 for the betting odds, and he was the clear favorite. But then out of nowhere, Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers emerged as a superstar. The Sixers went on an absolute tear in March, while Jokic and the Nuggets struggled. The Nuggets lost 4 straight, and before you knew it, Embiid had taken over as the favorite on March 16th at minus 110. Don't get me wrong, Jokic remained close behind. But with only 2 games left in the regular season, he's unlikely to make the cut. It's like Eminem said, you only got one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. And that's exactly what Jokic needs to do if he wants to make history with that three-peat.
Thing of beauty from Jokic.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to be underestimated in the race for the MVP award. He is the cornerstone of the Milwaukee Bucks, who currently have the best record in the league at 50-19. Giannis has been putting up career-high numbers this season, averaging 31.5 points, 11.9 rebounds, and 5.5 assists per game. These impressive stats, combined with his leadership and impact on his team's success, make him a strong contender for the award. He has already won it twice in the past 2 seasons, and his dominance on the court is not to be taken lightly. It will be interesting to see how the rest of the season unfolds, and who ultimately comes out on top in the MVP race. He may not be the favorite right now, but with his dominant play, he's always a contender. As we approach the end of the regular season, it's worth looking at the trends of past MVPs to see who might come out on top this year. History tells us that MVPs usually score at least 25 points per game, win enough games to be a top 2 seed, play almost all their team's games, and are between the ages of 24 and 28 years old. 9 of the last 14 MVPs checked all 4 of those boxes, which is a 64% hit rate from just 4 simple rules. However, recent MVPs have been breaking some of these criteria, such as missing more than 6 games or not being a top 2 seed. In fact, 4 of the last 5 MVPs missed more than 6 games, with only 72 games played being a fair bar in the modern era. Additionally, 3 of the last 6 MVPs were not top 2 seeds, with their MVP seeds being 6, 3, 1, 1, 1, and 6, averaging out to a 3.0 seed and a 56.1 win pace. It seems like the criteria for MVP might be shifting with the times, as games played and winning as a high seed are becoming less important now too. Now, who better to weigh in on this topic than 2-time MVP winner and Golden State Warriors star guard Stephen Curry? Curry knows what it takes to win the MVP award. In fact, he made history in 2016 by becoming the first unanimous MVP winner in NBA history. So when he talks about who should win the award, people listen. And according to Curry, the frontrunner for this season's MVP award is none other than Philadelphia 76ers center Joel Embiid. I would say Joel. Curry said in an interview with Bleacher Report, "Any person you pick, their body of work could be compared to Jokic or Giannis. But Joel took a leap that I think a lot of people didn't expect because he was dominant already. That leap turned heads and put Philly in a great position. If I had to pick, it would be him." Curry's teammate Draymond Green, the infamous trash talker and all-around basketball guru, has also just thrown his support behind Joel Embiid in this nail-biting MVP showdown. And with the way Joel's been dominating the court, it's not hard to see why. I think it's Joel's award to lose. Green boldly declared just last month. And you know what? He might just be onto something here. Joel's been putting up some serious numbers, and his team's been crushing it as well. But let's be real, this MVP race is far from over. There are still plenty of other players in the mix, and things could easily shift in a different direction. But for now, let's bask in the glory that is Joel Embiid and his awe-inspiring basketball skills. Just when you thought things couldn't get any more interesting, Draymond throws in a little caveat. The way he loses that award is his team starts losing, he warns. So it's not just about individual performance, but also how well the team as a whole is doing. Talk about pressure. But fear not, my fellow basketball enthusiasts. Draymond seems pretty confident that Joel's got this one in the bag. It's interesting how much things are changing. You look at the standings. This MVP stuff is changing. Joel should get his first MVP this year, he confidently said. And you know what? I'm inclined to agree. Joel's been a force to be reckoned with this season, and I don't see him slowing down anytime soon. As Draymond points out, Philly's not likely to hit a losing streak anytime soon, which means Joel's got a pretty good shot at taking home the MVP trophy. But wait, the plot thickens. It's not just Draymond Green who's singing Joel Embiid's praises in the MVP race. The Portland Trail Blazers star guard Damian Lillard also recently expressed his support for Embiid. I picked Joel Embiid because I feel like he's been dominant all season long, Lillard boldly declared. And honestly, can you blame him? Embiid has been an absolute beast on the court this season, carrying his team to victory after victory. And as Lillard points out, it's not just about individual performance, but also about how well the team is doing. His team is winning, Lillard notes, which is a major factor in the MVP race. But here's the kicker. Embiid has been a runner-up to Nikola Jokic in each of the past 2 seasons. That's right, he's been so close to winning the MVP trophy, but has fallen just short. Will this be the year he finally claims it as his own? All signs point to yes. Embiid is having the best season of his career, putting up personal best in points per game and field goal percentage. He's also on track to win his 2nd consecutive scoring title and has the Sixers looking like a real contender in the Eastern Conference. Of course, he's not the only one in the race for the coveted MVP award. Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo are also putting up some seriously impressive numbers this season, making it a tight competition. But as they say, sometimes the little things can make all the difference. And Embiid's got some serious star power on his side, the support of some of the top players in the league. So will Embiid finally get his well-deserved MVP trophy? We'll just have to wait and see. But one thing's for sure, he's got a lot of people rooting for him. And in a league as competitive as the NBA, that's definitely something to be proud of.